On today's show, we're talking about vehicle safety. Tommy tackles suspension, and Kathy shines with a new cleaning product.
Hey, thanks for joining us this week here on Performance TV. If you're like most of us, whether it's your daily driver or your hot rod or whatever, when you come out of work, when you come out of shopping, or when you come out from going to a race somewhere, you're hoping that vehicle is still there and somebody didn't drive off with it. Boy, do we have something really unique for you. And Alan Aronson joining us from Auto Secure USA. This is a very cool product that's really going to help a lot of folks out.
Well, thank you very much. The system we have is called the BEST, which stands for Biometric Engine Security Technology.
Biometric.
Biometric is the science of identifying you with you, whether it's your eye retina, your facial expression, or your fingerprint in this case.
Okay.
And the way it works, with our system, we can store up to 30 fingerprints right here in this system.
Okay.
Okay? So we can enroll you in there, and only registered users can start your vehicle. However, we do have a valet mode. We put it into valet mode, and now anybody can operate it. So if you're bringing it into the shop, or you're going to your favorite restaurant or whatnot, now you can put it into valet mode, and the car will start normally.
Okay, and you know, or if you had to, like take it in for repair or something
Correct.
like that. But you can store quite a few fingerprints in here.
You can store up to 30 prints in there.
Wow. Now, how does this compare to some of the other systems that folks may have used for anti-theft?
Well, most of the stuff that's on the market today that people really talk about are theft recovery devices.
Okay.
Meaning your car gets stolen, okay, then you wake up, you realize your car is stolen, you call the police, then you try to track it. What we do is we're going to prevent the theft from happening, okay? Today, most vehicles come with an anti-theft device, but most of them are what they call radio frequency, okay? Those signals can actually be scammed, they can be copied, and your car can still be stolen. I mean, people are stealing your iPhone technology today. So what did they do? The Apple went out and did the same thing, biometrics. In order to open your iPhone today, your fingerprint has to be in it. Okay, that was the new thing with the iPhone 5S, and now, with the 6. So the ultimate in security is you can't copy your fingerprint.
Right, and speaking of that, no concern at all that somebody else can get my fingerprint from this? Yeah, I don't want my fingerprints floating around out there.
The fingerprints only stay right here in the system. We're not transmitting anywhere. This system stays in your car. There is no satellite, no GPS, no radio frequency hooked up to this. So everything stays self-contained right in here, and your master print matches up to the master print in here. So somebody can't come in and switch sensors and try to take your car.
Okay, and I kind of mentioned, like hot rods or, your daily driver. Are they pretty much universal?
We've put this in everything from a Lamborghini to an F-150. Motorcycles, been in heavy equipment, you name it. If it has an engine, we can go ahead and put the system in.
Well, and something else too, you could use this for other types of security too. Maybe, we talk about gun security and all kinds of things.
As a matter of fact, we have a few police departments that are putting this on their gun racks in their vehicles, because the gun racks have a universal key, could be copied, shotguns have been stolen. Again, if it's only the police officers that drive that vehicle, they'd be the only ones registered into the car, so they can open up their shotgun rack with their fingerprint.
Wow, I can't wait to see this in action and how you program it and put everything in. Of course, we're talking about police departments and fingerprints. For some reason, Tommy seems a little concerned about having to put his fingerprint in here. I have no idea why. But we're going to find out, and how to use this system coming up next here on Performance TV. I don't know why he's all worried about that.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. AMS, because we care. Flowmaster, the exhaust technology company. ZMAX, tested, trusted performance. And by Armor Garage, where everything is made to last.
Welcome back to Performance TV. We've moved inside the car here with Alan from Auto Secure USA. And Alan, first thing I want to know, how secure is this system?
Well, let me show you. Go ahead and try to start the car.
All right.
Please input fingerprint.
All right.
Input invalid.
Try another finger.
All right.
Input invalid.
Won't
Let me
start.
see if mine works.
Fires right up. Your fingerprint's already in here, and it fires the car right up. Now, can I install this myself, or is this something I have to take to an installer?
You probably can. I personally couldn't, but we have certified installers all around the country that do the installations for us, or authorized auto dealers that do it as well. And if it's done by an authorized dealer, you get all of our warranties that go along with that, which is anywhere from 3 to 5 years, depending on your manufacturer warranty and theft guarantee, and also roadside assistance.
Okay, now let's add me to this system. Let's show people how simple it is to put my fingerprint in here so I can start this car.
Not a problem. What we're going to do is going to hold the right button down.
Please input fingerprint to return. Successful operation.
Now we're in the menu.
Okay.
Hello. Please press
It's going to ask me if I want to go into another language.
Chinese. Please press
We don't want
option.
Chinese.
Right.
Next one coming up. It's going to ask me if I want to input your finger.
Invoke your fingerprint. Please input
Okay, press your look.
All right.
Please input yes.
Same thing.
User enroll success.
It's that simple.
To enroll your next, you have registered.
I like the audio. It talks to you. There's not a LED. You don't have to read. You don't have to read codes. You just listen to it.
To set quit.
Now I can start the car. My
Go ahead.
fingerprint's logged in here.
Now try to start it.
Push the button.
Please input fingerprint.
That's as simple as that.
That's simple.
Now, how many options does this system have? I know the whole menu. Is there, like, let's say I take my car to the restaurant and it's valet parked. Is there a way that I can make somebody else start it?
Yeah, we have valet mode or maintenance mode, however you want to call it. If you're bringing it to your favorite restaurant, you can go ahead and put it into maintenance mode or valet mode. You're bringing it to the dealership to be worked on. We'll call it maintenance mode. Same thing. Basically, we're turning the system off. The way we do that is similar to the way you enroll it. You're going to hold down the right button,
Please input fingerprint.
and it's going to take us into the menu.
Return. Successful operation.
Now,
Hello. Please press the key to choose a function. To select Chinese.
we don't want Chinese.
To enroll.
We don't want to enroll.
To delete.
We don't want to delete.
To set your car in maintenance. Set your car in maintenance module. To start successful. Quit.
Now go ahead and start the car.
Oh, yeah, no fingerprints needed. The car will fire right up. You can kind of override that system, and now you can take it right back out after you get done.
Same way. Operation works the same way. You're just going to hold the button down. Okay, same thing.
Please input fingerprint to return. Successful operation.
Now,
Hello.
if by hitting the right button I could skip through functions.
Right, you know where you want to go.
Set fingerprint.
Now we're back and secure.
Start successful.
Oh, very cool. Now, I like that it's, I'm going to start it again.
Please input
Put my fingerprint in here. It fires right up. I love it. Now I'm in your system. I like that. But you can go through there and delete. You can add up to 30 fingerprints, like you said. There's all kinds of different modes and different things. You can put somebody in and then let them drive it for a week and then maybe take them out later on.
Correct. You can add and delete people, and you saw how fast it is. I mean, it takes roughly 30 seconds to enroll somebody, 30 seconds to delete somebody, 30 seconds to put it into valet, or 30 seconds to put it back in secure mode. Doesn't take a lot of time.
And nobody's going to, I mean, the thing about stealing a car is they can't steal it. There's no reason to track it because it's not going to go anywhere.
My keys sit right here in my center console the whole time. Park it on the street, wherever. You can't steal it unless your fingerprint is registered in the system.
I mean, I've got that on my computer. I forget my passwords all the time. And I mean, I got a password or a fingerprint reader on my computer because one thing is done. It's my finger. There's no passwords. There's no codes to put in. Nobody can steal that.
Exactly. And then also, besides theft, let's say you have young drivers in your particular cars you don't want them to drive, don't register them in the vehicle. Again, they can have your car keys. They can't take your car.
I mean, this is absolutely the most secure way of getting your car not to be stolen, not to go drive off when you're not in the vehicle to start the car.
Most secure way I can think of.
I mean, let me tell you, people, this Auto Secure USA, I love this. The fingerprint technology, everything about it. I mean, this is the most secure way to keep your car, right?
Yeah. Or we have Plan B, which is Quattro here in the back. But Quattro costs $5,000 a year to feed. We have no monthly monitoring fees with our unit.
I tell you what, this is a great system. I mean, check it out. Auto Secure USA. We'll be right back with more Performance TV after this.
Performance TV, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
If you're like me, I love driving an old muscle car. It'd be a lot of fun, but sometimes a little scary. Well, I've got Blake Foster from Speed Tech Performance with me today. And Blake, you can make that not only fun, but it'll perform better, handle better. Tell me about your suspension package.
Yeah, we sure can. The suspension packages that we come out with are all CAD designed. They're all built in-house. We do all the manufacturing, from the tube bending to the TIG welding, machining the stainless steel cross shafts and the Delrin bushings. And it's a pretty simple bolt-on program. Right,
now this is all CNC bent, and you have, everything is exactly the same every time. It's all designed in the computer. It's engineered for a better ride, better stance, and better handling.
Correct, yes. Yeah, there's lots of geometry improvements. We add caster to the upper control arm. The lower control arms have, are obviously a lot stronger than stock. They give you adjustable ride height with the coilover conversion.
And part of the new package here is this new spindle you have. Now, tell me about the spindle. That's a pretty nice looking piece.
Yeah, it's a pretty highly designed piece. It's a forged 7075 aluminum, forged in Texas. We do all the machining in-house. Runs the Corvette, the 2014 Corvette hub, which is increased strength over the older C5, C6 stuff.
And it's a sealed hub.
Sealed hub, no maintenance. And I mean, they've been tested. GM has tested those things, so they're pretty much bulletproof.
And then for his brakes, you're able to put a Corvette brake on this?
Yeah, you can go right from the stock Corvette brake all the way up to, a 15-inch Willwood carbon brake, whatever you want to do, yeah.
Yeah, and muscle cars, sometimes they're a little scary when you go to stop one of them with the brakes they came with. Nice brake upgrade here.
Oh, yeah.
You're able to bolt it right on this.
Yeah.
Now, the coilover, you said you were able to put a coilover on these. What kind of work does it take to be able to put a coilover on?
Well, we've designed these upper coilover brackets here to really be very simple. You take a grinder, cut off the factory upper shock mounting bracket.
Yeah, which is located right here.
Which would be located there where the pin comes through. You would cut out the hole to clearance for the spring itself. A little bit of welding, and away you go. It's really pretty simple.
Right, just weld this bracket in here, weld it to here and here.
Yep.
And then you're set to go. You can put a coilover in. The adjustability with a coilover is much greater than, say, a stock factory spring.
Well, the adjustability, plus you get we supply our kits with a double adjustable shock, so you get a lot more shock action, a lot more adjustability for the ride control. You can make it ride as smooth as you want, or just adjust the shock and go autocrossing.
Now, what kind of package is this for? Is this for the everyday driver, racing? What do you specialize in?
We really find that it kind of covers all bases. You can put it in a daily driver, a show car. Obviously, the quality of the parts is show quality with the powder coating that we do on it, all the way up to a race car. And depending on the shock and spring package that we put in it, I mean, you can go all the way from an autocross car right to a drag race car.
Yeah, I see a lot of pro touring cars nowadays. I love the stance of those cars, the way they look.
Yeah.
Now, you're driving around the country, you want a nice ride, this is the way to go right here.
Well, we certainly feel that way. I mean, with the bigger sway bar, the adjustable shocks, the added caster, the better geometry, I mean, you just can't beat it.
Now, this is a 69 Camaro front suspension. What all models does SpeedTech make with this package here?
We also make them for the second-gen Camaros, which are 70 to 81 Camaros. We've got a package for the G-bodies, so 78 to 87 Grand Nationals, Monte Carlos, plus the full line of A-body cars, 64 to 72 Chevelles, GTOs, yeah. That sort of stuff.
Now, this is not the only thing. You don't make just front suspension. You make other things for the cars as well to ride better.
Yeah, for sure. We've got a full replacement subframe for the first-gen Camaros. We've got torque arm rear suspension, which is kind of unique for first and second-gen Camaros. Plus, we've got a full line of coilover conversions for all the cars that use coilovers in the back, the A-bodies and B-bodies.
I'll tell you what, if you want a muscle car and you want it to ride better, you want it to perform better, check them out, speedtechperformance.com. We'll be right back after this.
This week's ARP quarter-mile quiz question comes from Colo in Maine. Colo would like to know, why do some top fuel teams push the car by hand through the burnout box?
Well, Colo, what we do is when you see all the crew members pushing the cars, or like the top fuel or funny cars through the burnout, what we're doing is we're trying to push the cars slow through the water, where the water doesn't get up all over the place by us driving through it really fast by letting the clutch out. And the less that we're on the clutch, the more consistent we can keep our clutch temperature down, where the clutch will do the same thing lap after lap. So we try to do very little with the clutch out in the car until we actually give it full wide open gas going down the racetrack, so we can keep the clutch temperature down so the car can replicate and do the same thing lap after lap. Going fast and efficient is how you win drag races.
If you have a question for the ARP Quarter Mile Quiz, send it to the address on your screen. If we use your question on the air, you'll receive an ARP Quarter Mile Quiz shirt. This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by BMR Suspension. Dominate your competition. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Agave Underground Tequila. And by Gray Area Technologies, in it for the long run.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Whether you have 2 wheels or 4 wheels, everyone wants their ride to look nice. There's plenty of products on the market that will do that, but today, Kathy has one that's a little more unique than the rest.
Yes, unique and simple, and that's what I like. Hogswipe. And Scotty, thanks for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
All in one bottle, because I like to be able to keep, I don't care if it's my daily driver, my race car, motorcycle, whatever, clean. But this is something I can just throw in the vehicle, and I don't need a big bucket of water and everything else to be able to do that. Tell us how easy it is to use this product.
Those days are over of the buckets of water. Down in the land of Hogswipe, we passionately represent a spirited line of American-made, officially green, waterless detailing products that are changing the way folks all across the country are maintaining and preserving the life and luster of their cherished ride. Absolutely. It's a 1, 2, 3, easiest in the biz.
What got you involved with a product like this?
I love motorcycles, I love cars, and I love keeping my vehicles clean. I love them looking their best, and to be honest, it all started off in the beginning with the towels, the Hogswipe itself, our little patented little towel there, and we went on from there. We built the business from the ground up, and now we're incorporating a line of waterless detailing products, and now it's taken on a life of its own.
Well,
absolutely.
You know, I mentioned the stuff about the race car thing, and believe it or not, cars do get very dirty, even in a quarter mile. The burnout boxes are dirty, you got rubber going everywhere and all of that stuff. And you're involved with a race team as well, and they're able to use this and keep their car clean in between rounds.
Absolutely. A gentleman by the name of Justin Schrieffer called me up one day. He said, Scotty, I use this product on my car, my motorcycle. It's unbelievable. He says, we'll work on race cars. I said, we'll work on race cars. Hit it. You let me know. So he called me up the next day, and he was pretty much amazed. And I was very proud of that moment, absolutely, because really the anti-static properties cleans, polishes, and protects with every swipe. So it cleans, it polishes, it's like a bottle of bling, and then the anti-static protection is probably the most important factor of all. It keeps the foreign objects from sticking to all the multi-surfaces as you're going down the road. So in the racing market,
right.
There's nothing more important than creating a little bit less drag and creating a little bit more aerodynamics. A millisecond makes the difference.
Well, you have 2 different cloths here. So we come over to the bike.
Sure.
Speaking of something that constantly needs cleaned out in the elements.
Absolutely.
And show us why the 2 different towels.
Well, there's a whole lot of towels out there. I've been through them all, and I came up with this 1-2 punch. You want your cleaning towel to have a real nice absorbent consistency. This way, it's lush. It's picking up all of the foreign particles without, obviously. Hogswipe absolutely will not scratch. Most gentle cleaner on the market. And this is a Trico weave, T-R-I-C-O-T. Been through all the towels, like I said, and this is like your Linus blanket. You're going to love the way this feels on your hand and the way that it cleans your ride.
You know, Scotty, this is a wet-on-wet application. What exactly do you mean by that?
Yes, wet-to-wet application. Well, Hogswipe Waterless Detailer cleans, polishes, and protects your custom paint, your chrome, your glass, your fiberglass, your plastic, your Lexan, your vinyl. It'll even take the schmutz off leather gently and safely. But basically, it is a wet-to-wet application, and what you do is you hit your cleaning cloth, saturate it, get it nice and wet, as you can see.
Right.
And then you hit the part of the ride that you want to hit.
So both towel and where you're going to be applying it.
Absolutely, wet to wet. This
Okay.
way, it gives it a chance to lift, suspend, and encapsulate the dirt that's under there without, obviously, touching the surface.
And the thing, you know, with, like you said, paint to chrome to everything, it's not like you have to have a different cleaner for
One
whatever.
cleaner does it all. Those days are over.
So
absolutely.
Once you've done this, where does this towel come in?
Now that's your buffer.
Okay.
The buffer never sees the juice, okay?
Okay.
This is a tree co-weave. Basically, you take it, circular motion to a Hogswipe shine.
Wow.
It's that simple.
So we can just do the whole thing. And
You
you know what?
just
When you don't have to worry
keep
about
on
the
going.
bucket of water or anything like that, and you're out on the road like you are with a bike, just throw that right into your saddlebags and you're all set. Now, something, Scotty, I noticed that you brought with you today is this walking stick. Now, interesting story with this?
Yeah, that's my pop's old shillelagh. Now it's my lucky shillelagh. Gosh, to make it short and sweet, he passed yesterday, on the day yesterday, a couple years ago, and I was involved in a car accident. I couldn't walk for a while, and I couldn't see myself walking with one of those things. And I was staring at the fireplace one day, and I saw my pop's old pigtail shillelagh, and it kind of grabbed me, and it got me through. It got me back on my feet at the shows, and now everybody thinks I'm the air guitar champion when they see me. Forget about Hogswipe, you know.
So is that kind of where the name of the company then came from?
Gosh, the name of the company, that's another long story I'll try to make short. My grandson, I had to teach him about life. Our dog and our cat passed away. He came down to the house. I took him outside. My wife said, go tell him, you gotta tell him. So I'm trying, what else can you do with your grandson but clean your hog? So we're sitting there cleaning, and I'm thinking about what to say, and I'm wiping the hog, hog wipe, hog swipe. Just like that, just out of thin air. First thing I said to my grandson is, I want you to run inside and get a piece of paper and a pencil. I want you to write something down. So he comes outside, and I spelled that out, H-O-G-S-W-I-P-E. He goes, Grandpa, he goes, that's cool, what is it? I go, yeah, that is cool, isn't it? I said, I have no idea what it is, but then I proceeded to tell him about, God bless Sparty and Leo, they passed, and I said, we're gonna make a promise to them today. I don't know what it is, but one day it's gonna be something, and here we are.
Yes, and with a great product that, like I said, you can just throw in the back of your vehicle, in wherever, no water. What a great thing to be able to clean it all at once.
Absolutely. Automotive, marine, aircraft, and even alien craft certified. But that's another story.
Spend a little quality time with the Hogswipe mascot HG here, but that's all the time we've got for this week's show. We'll catch you next week on Performance TV. You hungry, buddy? Oh, yeah, look at that. Boy, that's good stuff, isn't it? Huh? Is that pretty good stuff? Man, you're hungry.